So, as I was saying, while you're talking to the customer, which by the way, I still have my headset, you're going to be talking to the customer, right? And 90% of the time they have questions. So you have to break off the script, okay? And these scripts, I really want to show you the script. I don't know how I can do that, but the scripts are just mind-numbing. They are so long. You have the introduction, you have to read all this, and then you have upsells, downsells, rebuttals. If they say no, it's too expensive, then you got to scroll all the way down and blah blah blah. It's ridiculous. Um, you basically have all this that you have to read verbatim, or you'll have a window pop up and some idiot supervisor is going to be like, stay on the script. Why are you going off the script? I have to answer the question. I can't just sit here and read like a robot, because first of all, that's going to make you look like an idiot. Second of all, it's going to piss off the customer because you're not listening to them. And third, if somebody calls me up and is trying to sell me something, but they won't answer my questions, do you think I'm going to go forward and buy that item from them? No. So you have all these things that you have to read, and you think, okay, let's say you make the sale, all right? Fine, good job, you made the sale. You're not done, okay? Oh, actually, first of all, let me just say this. You cannot take no for an answer. If they say no, you're not allowed to just say, okay, thank you, bye. Which is what I would like, which is actually what I did a lot of times. Um, you had to go to the rebuttals, and you had to just keep pushing them and pushing them to the point where either they cave in and buy it, which then you're going to have to go to all the upsells and piss them off even more, or they just hang up, which means you just lost all that talk time, you lost all your revenue per hour, went down the toilet, and you're already pissed off because you know the customer is pissed. And, I don't like getting yelled at. In my last job in management, I got yelled at all the time. But it wasn't because I had to sit here and read like a robot. That was so frustrating. That's what made the job suck, okay? Alright, so say you read the script, you sell the item, you did all you can do with that item. You're not done. NexRep has things called clubs. You have to then go on to try to sell them to clubs, okay? Now, clubs are these worthless shopping club subscriptions, okay? For like $25 a month, that they will get discounts on different things like Home Depot and Walmart and all this crap. Who cares? Um, it's a trial subscription, so you try to sell it to them, and if they say no, guess what? They have rebuttals that you have to go to. And here's what was so mind-numbing and frustrating. Somebody doesn't want to buy this shopping club, okay? You can't just say, okay, I understand, and thank them for the sale of the item that you were selling. No. You have to try to use 3 rebuttals per club, which is just insane to me, because the rebuttals were basically like, oh, I understand, but we really want you to try this out, and blah, 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 blah. And the customer's yelling at you in your ear, I said I don't want it. And then you have to go to rebuttal number 2. Oh, but it's really a good deal, and I think you're really going to understand, or you're really going to enjoy it. And at this point, the customer is pissed. And you think, okay, finally, I'm done. I can just stop and sell and just finish the sale of the item and hang up. No, guess what? You have club number 2 that you have to try to sell, which is a magazine subscription. First of all, who buys magazines in 2014? I haven't for years. I don't know anyone that does. You have to try to sell them the magazine club, which is called Magazine Direct, where they get 3 magazines per month for like $10 or something per magazine, or I don't remember how much it is. It's ridiculous. It's expensive. It's not a value. And again, you have to read that whole script, and then if they say no, you have to go to 3 rebuttals and just keep going and going and going like a robot. And at this point, if you've made it this far, you can expect the phone call to have lasted at least 15-20 minutes, okay? And by now the customer is pissed. They are ready to hang up, and they don't even care about the pressure cooker or whatever that you've already sold them. So, but you have to do it word for word, or you're going to have a little window here, or multiple windows, yelling at you to stick with the script and sell the clubs and go to rebuttal number 2 and blah blah blah. And it's like, I seriously, after I would make one phone call and deal with all that, I was so pissed and sick of it that I would get up and just walk away for a while, you know, which then hurts your revenue per hour and your hourly rate. So you just cannot win with this company without just getting extremely pissed. So overall, after 2 weeks, I was done. And I gotta be honest, um, let me just also mention, on the website, if for any of you who are thinking about working there and you think that you're only going to work the minimum 15 hours that they say you have to work, that's not going to work. Because the 15 hours that they're basing it on works the same way as is actually 15 paid hours, which, as I said earlier, you don't get paid for the actual time that you're sitting there. So every week you have to fill out a schedule and send it to your boss, okay? And it's basically you're putting in your time that you want to work for the next week. Let's say you want to work 15 hours, okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe 3 hours a day. Or I'm sorry, 5 hours a day. I can't count. And be done for the rest of the week, okay? That's not going to work, because those 5 hours that you put in, and even though you scheduled yourself, say, like noon to 5, that's not going to fulfill your 15-hour obligation, because, as I said earlier, a typical hour of sitting and working is only going to result in about 65% of that time being counted towards your pay and your hours. So I would say you're going to have to work at least an extra, couple hours, 1 to 2 hours a day, just to fulfill that 5 hours. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section, because I don't have anything to hide, as far as NexRep. It's not something that I am proud to be proud. Well, I can't say I'm ashamed of doing it. I'm glad that I did it, because I'd always been curious about working at home, so it got it out of my system, and I know that I don't want to do that, especially with telemarketing, because it sucks. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I have nothing to hide when it comes to NexRep, so just feel free to ask. Don't hold back. I have a lot to say about it, and I know this video is going to be very long. That wasn't my intention, but hopefully it answered some questions and cleared some things up. So thanks for watching, and ask questions if you have them. Have a great day.